and many times pornographic magazines. You can't even go into the service station, wallahi, without putting your head down today. Because as soon as you enter the service station, ban! A'udhu billah! It's like, that's all they care about. And this is one of the minor signs of the hour. One of the minor signs of the hour. We are being extremely trialed, examined here. Wake up, reflect, ponder, contemplate. Am I doing that which Allah is pleased with or not? And this leads to what? It conjures what? Promiscuity, fornication and adultery, lewdness. It leads to rape and teenage pregnancy. It leads to all sexually transmitted filthy diseases. This is what it leads to. Today we have reached a stage where man, or through effective marketing we can say, man, individuals in society are justifying everything they do as sexual liberation. And modern times, as you all know, consider premarital sex as a trend, as a fashion. Where 15 years ago, if not less, premarital sex was abhorrent. It was the unthinkable. It was immoral. It was evil. It was filth. It was illegal in the Western society. No one even talked about it. They were too scared to talk about it then. Now it's not like that. Look at the media. It creates the impression of what? That premarital sex is fashionable. That homosexuality is beautiful. It's a trend. And anything that goes against that is old-fashioned. A typical example of this is that when you watch a few episodes of that devil, prime time soap opera, let us say, on TV, the impression they give you, just a few, not 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 or 2 episodes, they immediately give you the impression that adultery is beautiful, allowable, that premarital sex is fashionable, that deceit, trickery, lies, deception, manipulation are most essential to get the man of your life or the lady of your life, no matter what the cost of harm, hurt, suffering others go through. They call it sexual liberation. If this is liberation, if this is democracy, if this is freedom, so why do we have so many examples of the following scenarios? HIV for example. How many young adults are infected with this virus at alarming rates? At alarming rates. Wallahi, they're too scared to even mention it on television these days. It's so high, there's no use no more. It's beyond control. Beyond control. It has reached HIV or AIDS epidemic proportions worldwide. Mainly targeting whom? Teenagers and young adults. If it's called sexual liberation, then why are girls from the age of 10 to 15 years old, 10 to 15 years old, having sex? First devastation, catastrophic consequence partakes. And when asked about the situation, why at 12 years old you're having sex, what did she say? No one told me it's wrong. And no one told her it's wrong. If she walks outside, she sees it. The TV's on, she hears it. She walks to it. She sits on it. Everything today is related around this. How is that poor child going to know? Those who have daughters, who have sons, beware, beware, beware. Your son, your child may fall into this predicament. And thus you see teenage pregnancy, phenomenal these days. And many of them abort their child. But the consequence, it leads this abortion for this child. It's like a child being pregnant with a child. That's what it is. A child being pregnant with a child, not an adult with a child, but a child with a child. And what happens then? It leads to emotional, to physical, to mental, to psychological disturbance. It scars the person for life. How many men or women are being divorced or getting divorced due to an adulterous relationship? How many females from the age of 2 to 80 years old are being raped? This is sexual liberation now. They claim it to be sexual liberation. All these dilemmas, and they call it sexual liberation. Homosexuality is in the increase. Every day you see them with new rights, new laws. Everything's being legalized, even gay marriages. You walk anywhere in the world, if you're against it, you're old-fashioned and you're fault. The issue of sexual liberation is in fact enslaving those very people who are trying to free themselves from sexual liberation. It itself, in other words, is enslaving them. The sexual liberators are being shackled, chained in the chains of what? Disease, divorce, dissatisfaction, discontent, deceit, deception, double standards, evil, wickedness, and their lives become such. This is those who claim to be on the path of sexual liberation. And this is why we see individuals, organizations, or even governments today searching, actively working to find solutions, to find a cure for this wave of immorality, followed with its truckloads of problems. The answer is there. The answer is there for this dilemma and for every other dilemma. What is the answer? The answer, the solution, the cure, the remedy, the treatment for every perplexing social problem is one. ISLAM, no other. No other. This will give them ultimate treatment, the cure. A word that is so cheap, so easy. You know, it's not going to cost you billions of dollars to get this remedy. It's for free. Allah has given it to you. He's giving you salvation from all evil in this world and the next. Islam is your solution, is your remedy, is your treatment. O person who works day and night, who is indulged in the abyss of life and materialism, Islam is your solution. Follow your deen and you'll be comfortable in what you do. Islam gives you the solution for every single dilemma that exists on the face of this earth. Nothing else but Islam. From fornication is what? The forbidden gaze. Don't look, and wallahi, you will not find yourself in that problem. That forbidden gaze can destroy you, brothers and sisters. Wallahi, it can destroy you. As one shaykh, I've mentioned this to the brothers before. One shaykh, a scholar who was the imam of Masjid al-Haram in Medina. When he left his apartment to go to stand in the mihrab, in the chamber of al-Haram, he would always put his eyes towards the floor as he walked from his apartment, approximately 50-meter walk to the Haram itself. He would walk with his gaze towards the ground, knowing that if he looked up, astaghfirullah. And these are veiled ladies. These are veiled ladies. But maybe their eyes are unveiled. Maybe their face is unveiled because a lot of tourists there. So this shaykh would look down and walk directly like that. I used to accompany the shaykh every now and then. He said to me one time, I fell into destruction one day. I go, how, ya shaykh? He goes to me, one day I just raised my head and glanced at a lady who was unveiled, only in the face. And that hurt me and harmed me for 3 weeks. I could not do anything good for 3 weeks. 3 weeks he was affected by one single gaze. And that was only the face. Because he has iman. He has faith in the Almighty Lord. He believes in Allah Ta'ala. And that affected him. We don't get affected at all. We look and look and look and look and say more.